Hi guys, this is gsno.com and I'm here with the unboxing of the Motorola Moto G 5G. We've already unboxed and reviewed the Motorola Moto G 5G Plus, so this is supposed to be a lighter version of it, but still with a pretty decent setup. So the recommended price should be around 299 euros, which should translate to $300+ in some countries. And as usual, Motorola is providing us with a case bundled with the device, made of silicone, transparent and flexible, with a cutout for the fingerprint scanner. This is the handset. As you can see, it has a square shaped camera module. I would say it's a bit on the thick and heavy side, and this black back has a bit of a purple approach to its blackness when exposed to light. It's obviously made of plastic, which is something expected at this price tag. I've already set it up, so I'm going to fire it up and I will perform the rest of the unboxing and show you what's inside the box. Okay, we see the Batwing logo, and let's proceed further. So this device is still fresh. It should reach stores in December, that's how fresh it is. And aside from the case, we also have the following. This is the quick start guide manual basically. This is the key used to access the slots, and this is the juridic and safety info. Here we have the cable, which goes from USB-C to USB-A. And finally, this is the charger, which is supposed to juice up the phone at up to 20 watts. That's it. Those are all the accessories we get, and I think it's time to go towards the phone one more time. So the hues in which it is available are called volcanic gray and frosted silver. This is supposed to be volcanic gray. It's pretty interesting. It's a combination of purple, blue and black. A pretty interesting approach here. Okay, so the thickness is actually one of the biggest thicknesses I've seen lately, and probably the thickest mid-range phone I've seen for the past 1 month or half a year. 9.9 millimeters. It's almost at the level of a battery phone. So almost 10 millimeters in thickness. At the same time, it weighs a hefty 212 grams, but it's, I would say, pretty grippy at first touch at least. The screen you're seeing right here, it's rather big. It's a 6.7 incher IPS LCD with LTPS technology, 20:9 aspect ratio, and a centered punch hole selfie camera. The resolution is 2400 over 1080 pixels. Now inside the phone we have a CPU which is so new that is probably not even recognized by dedicated apps, and we're talking here about the Snapdragon 750G 5G. It's an 8nm CPU of the octa-core variety. You've probably seen it on the Galaxy A42 5G and the recently unboxed by us Xiaomi Mi 10T Lite 5G. Aside from that, we also have 4 gigs of RAM available, although this phone is also available with a version of 6 gigs, and also we have 64 gigabytes of storage. Once again, there's another version with 128. The good news is that we also get a microSD card slot, and the battery is quite generous. We're talking about a 5000 mAh unit. For security, we have a backside mounted fingerprint scanner right here in this Batwing logo, and at the bottom you can find the speaker, the USB-C port and an audio jack. At the top side, just the microphone, and that's about it. And the purple hue continues on the sides as well, not just the back side. Okay, now when everything's said and done, I think it's time to address the, camera aspect. So the front camera you can see cut in the screen. It's a 16 megapixel shooter, while if you go to the back side, we have a triple camera combo, and this triple camera combo includes a main 48 megapixel cam with f1.7 aperture and phase detection autofocus. It's coupled with an 8 megapixel ultra wide shooter and a 2 megapixel macro camera, which is probably this one here. It has autofocus, so there's that. There's a LED flash here. You can film in 4K, which is no small feat for the price you're paying. And on a connectivity front, you probably guessed it that we're getting Wi-Fi direct, Wi-Fi dual band, 4G and 5G, as well as Bluetooth 5.1. There's a GPS here, there's NFC for payments, and USB-C, which you already saw earlier. Okay, so I think it's time to access our website, GSM Dome. Here we go. And by the way, just so you know, we're running on Android 10 here, with minimal customization as usual from Motorola. Their only customization comes in the form of the Moto app here, which includes options to personalize, wallpapers, layout, gestures, what's new, display, screenshot toolkit, and even features for gamers like game time, audio effects, and more. Of course, we'll learn more about those in the review, but till the review comes, I have something to show you. So, first things first, we have a Google Assistant button here on the side, an extra button, physical one, right here. And aside from that, it's the first time for the past year or so that I'm seeing changes in the camera interface. Motorola inaugurates a new camera interface here. Okay, so first of all, this is the swap to ultra wide and macro respectively, and this is how you trigger the options that we have here. Let's go to the main camera, let's pull this here, and you can see the flash option, timer, active photos, aspect ratio, and these are the core options which we usually saw on the side. There's spot color, panorama, pro, cutout, cinematograph, live filter, portrait, night vision, and guess what, we have spot color for videos, and we also have time lapse, which was to be expected. Okay, in the 4K department, I'm going to check this out just to make sure. Yes, indeed, it shoots 4K video. And as you can see, the viewfinder leaves the side here transparent like we saw on the iPhone 11 last year. Okay, so this is it. I would say we're dealing with an interesting mid-range phone, which makes a few compromises. The CPU sounds pretty high level to me. I'm curious about the camera and also the resilience of the battery. They didn't jump to higher refresh rates, they kept it civil at 60 Hz. This is it from us. Don't forget the price tag, recommended 299 euros, possibly 300 plus euros in your countries. Bye bye.